Okay, let's jump right in. Imagine this scene. These huge sugarcane fields, right? North Sumatra, Indonesia, shimmering in the heat.
Yeah. Looks ordinary enough on the surface.
Exactly. But for years, they were hiding something truly, truly horrific. It all started to come out April 27th, 1997. A body was found there, naked.
And that discovery opens up this whole story.
Right. So this deep dive is all about Ahmad Suradji. People knew him as Dukun AS, the Shaman. And the numbers are just, well, you tell them.
He confessed to killing 42 women and girls. 42. Between 1986 and 1997.
Unbelievable. And what's really striking looking at the sources is how this isn't just a serial killer story, right?
Not at all. It's deeply, deeply tangled up with Indonesian culture, specifically beliefs about Dukun. These traditional healers, shamans, and the kind of power, sometimes dark power, they're thought to possess.
Okay, so that's our focus here. We want to unpack the chilling details, obviously, but also understand that cultural backdrop near Medan. You know, where belief in spirits, supernatural power, it's still quite strong.
Definitely. And Suradji himself, he was, well, his day job was cattle breeder. But his real influence, that came from being a Dukun.
So what exactly is a Dukun in this context?
In Indonesia, Malaysia too, they're traditional figures. Healers, spirit mediums, people who handle rituals. They fit into belief systems like the Javanese Kejawen. Even with modern life encroaching, Dukun are often highly respected and sometimes feared.
Makes sense. And the sources mention who usually came to him. What were they looking for?
Mostly women, yeah. Seeking help with, pretty common things, better luck, maybe wanting to look more attractive, sometimes even love spells, trying to keep a partner faithful.
So everyday concerns.
Right. But the crucial thing was the trust. People placed immense trust in a Dukun because of tradition. And that trust, well, that's exactly what Suradji twisted and exploited so brutally.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How these roles built on trust meant to help can just be turned into something so monstrous. And his own reason, his motive. He claimed something pretty wild, didn't he?
He did. He claimed his dead father visited him in a dream back in '86.
Okay.
And supposedly told him he needed to kill 72 women and drink their saliva to become a powerful mystical healer himself.
72. But here's the part that just chills you. He apparently added, I thought it would take too long if I had to wait for 70 women to die naturally. So he said, I tried to do it as fast as possible. I initiated the killing myself.
Wow. So it wasn't just some passive belief he was following.
No, it was a conscious choice. Speeding it up, hunting people down for this perceived power. His victims, they were young, 11 to 30, students, professionals. People just looking for help for a better life through, mystical means.
And the ritual itself, it's grotesque.
Tell us about it.
He'd lure them out to the sugarcane field. Part of the supposed ritual was burying them, standing up, but only to their waist.
Oh, God.
Then he'd strangle them, drink their saliva like the dream supposedly instructed, and afterwards strip them naked, apparently to make them decompose faster, and buried them completely, but with their heads all pointing towards his house.
That detail, the heads pointing towards his house, that wasn't random, was it? It feels symbolic.
It absolutely was. It signifies this idea of continued dominance, like he believed he was constantly absorbing their power, their energy, even after death, directing it towards himself. It really shows the depth of his delusion.
Okay, so how did this all come crashing down? It started with one victim, right?
Yeah, a 21-year-old named Sri Kamala Dewey, April 1997. She'd gone to see Suradji for help, told a local BCAC driver, that's like a rickshaw driver, to keep her visit quiet.
But she disappeared.
Exactly. When she vanished, that driver eventually talked. His information led the police straight to Suradji's house, and inside, they found Dewey's belongings.
And that was it?
Pretty much. He was arrested April 30th, 1997, and during questioning, he didn't just confess to Dewey's murder, he confessed to killing up to 42 others.
42.
Which led to this massive search, digging up the area around his home, and they found them. Body after body, confirming everything. 11 years of killing. Based on that confession and the bodies, he's still Indonesia's most prolific serial killer on record.
What happened at the trial?
It started December '97. He tried to claim innocence, but the evidence was just overwhelming. His wives, he had 3, they were sisters, were also arrested, accused of helping him.
Helping him hide it all?
Yeah, or dispose of things. They later said their confessions were forced, under torture. One wife, Tumani, was actually tried alongside him, sentenced to death initially, but that got commuted to life in prison.
And Suradji?
Found guilty. April '98. He was executed by firing squad on July 10th, 2008.
So, Stepping back, this belief in magic, like sand test, this idea you can harm someone mystically, it's still pretty widespread in parts of Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
Creates a weird tension with the modern legal system.
Huge tension. And Suradji's case just blew the lid off that. It hit the nation hard because it showed so starkly how people seeking hope, maybe turning to ancient beliefs because the modern world felt uncertain, how vulnerable they could be.
Especially when that trust in a figure like a Dukun is just weaponized?
Precisely. That horrifying ritual, the burying, strangling, the saliva, the specific burial direction, it's all a chilling reminder, isn't it, of the darkness that can fester when these powerful cultural beliefs get twisted by someone just hungry for power.
So, for you listening, think about that. How incredibly powerful cultural beliefs can be. They offer comfort, hope, answers sometimes, but they can also, unfortunately, open doors for terrible deception, terrible exploitation when someone with malevolent intentions twists them.
Yeah, it's a really stark reminder. Darkness can hide anywhere, even behind roles and traditions that people deeply trust in any society.